Happy New Year! It's 2019 and this is Natural Health Radio. I want to welcome everyone to come in today and let's talk about a couple of things for the New Year's. One is let's talk about some resolutions that you don't need to really work at. Okay, some resolutions that are really easy. I'd love to know about your resolutions for 2019. And I'm going to give you a few that you may really like and you want to maybe adopt. Okay, so we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, the reality of keeping them going. We want to understand that New Year's resolutions are something that can really change your life. And a lot of people feel very disappointed because they haven't kept them, met them. And so they get a little disappointed because they would have liked to have kept it. But eating that sixth donut in the same day was just too much for them, you know? So we have to look at realistic resolutions, positive, healthy resolutions that have to do with having fun. Those are the best kind, aren't they? So here at Natural Health Radio, we are your health freedom source, and we want to give you the freedom and let you know you have the freedom to heal your body, mind, spirit. Okay? And one of those ways we do it is with affirmations, also called resolutions. Okay? Same thing. So let's look at it in that light. And I feel that every day, if you made a resolution or have an affirmation to laugh every day, 3 to 4 times a day, find things in your life that are funny, that you can laugh at. That is the key, is laughing brings health and brings all kinds of other good things to you, all right? So we want you to know that a good resolution to have is something simple like laughing as every day as much as possible, waking up in the morning, finding something to laugh at, getting your day started right, okay? And also in the morning, while you're making a resolution of laughing more, which is really a belief system that you're going to laugh more and then you actually do it, you have to act like it's already done. You have to act like the belief system is already happening, like you already have what you want. So if you act like you already have what you want, and if you create this belief system, then you will be doing this without even thinking about it. You don't need the notes on the refrigerator. You just need something that you find funny or something that you decide is something you want to laugh at. That's funny. I mean, the simplest things. I mean, rather than looking at things always as a challenge, what about looking at them in the light and seeing them for the possibility of growth, the possibility of empowerment, and the possibility of you're deciding to change something in your life, not leaving it up to anybody else, just you deciding to make those changes in your life. You can do that. You can do that today. You can do that every day. So a good resolution in light of that might be, I love to make changes that help me and the planet. I love to make changes that help me and the planet. That's like my mantra. Okay, that is not a belief system. That is something I feel deep in my heart. And you got to find those things that are deep in your heart that you want to do and that you can actualize to make it happen. So that is one of the first things that we need to look at is resolutions I mean, the little ones that, like, okay, I won't eat 14 donuts at once. Okay, that is good. But if you look at it in a different direction, like making a resolution and having a new belief system that you eat healthy things and that it all turns into a positive experience, a positive body, a positive health. Positive body meaning healthy body, meaning if you want thin body, if you're too thin, if you want more weight on your body, whatever it is you want, you have to first act like you have it. Okay? Not like it's something that is a really big challenge and you're never going to get it. See, that will make any resolution fail. You have to act like you already have it. And what happens is your mind starts telling your body what to do. That's actually what happens. We need to understand that our mind is in charge of everything. Therefore, when we give a belief system, we have to put our mind in charge of that new belief system, such as any challenge I may have can be easily worked out in the most positive way. How about that for a belief system? Somebody likes that. They're sending me little kisses. Well, that's good. I love you too. Kiss you back. All right. So I want to also say to you another resolution, and this is something that I've dealt with for many, many years, is dealing with the difference between a New Year's resolution and a belief system that has an affirmation connected to it. An affirmation doesn't work unless you want it, unless you believe it, unless you can feel in your body like you already have that. Like you have achieved that. So if your resolution or affirmation is, I believe I have enough money to buy a new house, for example, then you have to act like you already have enough money to buy a house. You have to feel it in your body and mind. Your mind will take care of it when you do that, and your mind will start that process of attracting what it is you want. If you want a healthier body, a thinner body, whatever you want, you have to act like you already have it. And what happens is your mind starts choosing different foods for you to eat. It can be on autopilot so that you don't need to stress out about any of these things. You have to make a list of what you want. You have to make a list of the most important New Year's resolutions and what belief systems you want and what do you want to create in your life. So the key here is to be in charge of your life, to take control of your life. Many people say to me, there's things that you can't control. I agree. The things I can't control are tornadoes, Mother Nature, other people. I can't control whether we have earthquakes, that's Mother Nature, whether a tsunami hits. There are certain things outside of myself that I cannot control, but I can control everything inside of myself. I can I can control things in my reality, except when it comes to someone making a decision that I don't like. I can't control that. Okay? And then I don't want to control that, because when someone makes a decision that interferes with your plan, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you're learning something from it. Maybe it's going to take you down a better path, not a worse path. So your thinking, your thoughts have to be tuned into positivity always. And when that happens, when you start looking at things as an opportunity and you start seeing that challenges could even be possibly for your highest good in some way, or they could be something for you to work through, conquer, and make positive. Okay? But controlling other people should not be part of that. You have no control over other people. You have no control over our president. You have no control over certain things, but you have complete control over how your body functions and your overall health. And you do that by making right decisions, by making decisions that help you to create a better life, to create a better experience in life, to choose different food, to choose different people to hang out with, maybe to choose a different job. Maybe the job that you have is not the best job for you. Maybe there's a lot of things about your job you like, but there's also other things that are really not good for you. Well, you have to look at everything and make a decision to edit out of your life the things that are disharmonious, unhealthy, and that may include people. So those are the things you want to look at. I would say as far as an affirmation or a resolution, I take those things very seriously. And one of the things I do is when I get up in the morning, I think about how great it is that I woke up. Just waking up is like your success. You're a success because you woke up today. I mean, it's like amazing that we have a new opportunity every day to make things right. Things can be new every day instead of dragging the past around with you, which will interfere in your getting your New Year's resolution or your goal, whatever that may be. Okay? You don't want to drag the past around with you. Okay? And one of the ways you can help to release the past, there's two ways. One way to start is by reading Transform Your Emotional DNA. Okay? Transform Your Emotional DNA. And that is my first book. So this is my favorite book because it includes a lot of self-help things. And then also the self-help tools that are in there are great and fun and get you to help you to still your mind so that you can get into a meditative place in a matter of moments, not hours. Okay. And then there's the book, Revitalize Your Hormones. That is an awesome book that teaches you how to eliminate belief systems that are harming you, that you don't like. Even you, Daryl, you may find some belief systems that you don't like in your life and want to use the Resist and Desire protocol.
Very possible.
And a happy new year to you.
And to you.
Good. So Daryl is my partner in crime over here and came in on New Year's Day so that I could deliver this presentation to you and do this radio show. And I hope that you are enjoying it. I'd love to hear from you. We want to understand that Natural Health Radio is your radio station, and I want to know what you are feeling about it, what you want to hear, what you want to learn. I'm here to give you any information that can help you. All you have to do is ask. So you can do that by leaving a message on Facebook, my Facebook page, which we're on now. You can also email me at 88teresa@gmail.com, 88teresa@gmail.com.
And that's Teresa with an H.
Yeah, that's Teresa, thank you, with an H. And that is my private email. So I've got courage to give you that, knowing that you're not going to pass that around to bad people or people who shouldn't have that or people who don't have a sense of humor. You need to only pass this around to good people. Just kidding. I believe that people when they do New Year's resolutions, they already know it's going to fail before they do it. It's like they go, oh, okay, I'm going to make a New Year's resolution, but by George, it's going to be the same one I did last year and couldn't do then. What do you think about that, Daryl?
I love the people that make a New Year's resolution, then they start to look for loopholes.
Right.
Right? Like, well, I said I wasn't going to eat 14 donuts today, but if I eat 15, that's
different.
That's different, right?
Yeah. So,
or I didn't really say outdoors. I just meant, on the patio or something. If I said I'm going to quit smoking, well, I didn't really mean cigarettes. I meant,
something else.
Something else. If you're going to do it, make sure it's clear, achievable, and like you say, affirmation style is best, stated as if it's present time.
It's already happened,
Yeah.
Right? So, we have people who always, like you said, not always, but some people who are gifted at finding loopholes in their resolutions, right? Or in their belief systems.
And also statistics say that most New Year's resolutions are done by January 21st.
Right. Well, what we need to know is that if you have all of that creativity to make loopholes for your resolution, I say get out there, get off your butt, and start doing what you want to do, because if you have the creativity to figure out the loopholes, then you need a job that empowers that creativity. That's very creative. I like that.
Yeah, use it for good and not evil.
Yeah, you use it for good. Use the loopholes for good. Try to figure out a job that allows you to create loopholes or to use that creativity, So I feel that the resolutions that you make are hopefully not only to have things, but also to have and create a healthy body, a healthy spirit. Spirituality that is positive. I believe being positive has a very clear spiritual note to it. Okay? Positivity is something that you were born to have, born to use, born to figure out how to allow it to create what you want in your life. You were born to use positivity, not negativity. But as things happen, as our life changes, as we are around other people and see through life, through childhood, how other people handle challenges, we take it on for ourselves. We can handle challenges in a whole other way. Okay? Challenges can be very positive. It could be a way for spirit to let you know you're doing something that's not good for you, or that you're not on the right path. It could be the soul that you are telling you, warning you, but sometimes you're not listening to that. You're just looking at the outside, the way it looks on the outside, and not looking at the deeper meaning for things. So, I have been through this in so many areas of my life in making changes, and I can tell you I created a process to make it easier. It's called the Resist and Desire process. You do that on everything you're resisting in life, and challenges that you have will be identified as to what they are. It will be easier to see what to do with them. And you don't have the same challenges. So I had a lot to handle in my life, as I'm sure many people have. And I can tell you with all honesty, when I make a belief system and a resolution, it happens. And it can happen anywhere from within 24 hours to 48 hours to a week, because my being is resolute on goodness. It's resolute on finding happiness and helping other people to do that. And being here today is achieving one of those resolutions. So I feel it's extremely important to give yourself resolutions, but make them more in an affirmation kind of style, where you start the affirmation with I now have blank. I now have created blank. My body is healthy. I don't care how your body is now. It doesn't matter how your body is now. It doesn't matter what the doctors say your body is doing now. The only thing that matters is what you feel about it, because it's your body. So if you want your body to be healthy, neurologically or in any way, here's the affirmation. My body is 100% healthy now. My mind is 100% healthy now. Here's another one. I always know the right thing to do for myself. Because the right thing that I do for myself in my life will always have something to do with whatever's right for myself will be in harmony with the planet, will be in harmony with you, with your benefit to you. So if you are like me and want to help humanity, there's a couple of things you can do. And that is, you write down all the things you are resistant to. And then you buy the book, Revitalize Your Hormones. You find the resist and desire process. It takes 5 minutes to do one process on one thing. 5 minutes. And it's done. And so you take the thing you resisted to the most. You start with the worst things, the most resistances that you have. It could even be you're resistant to a certain person. Okay? And in the book, Revitalize Your Hormones, you will totally learn how to achieve that release by letting that go, and how to put in and replace the resistance or the negativity with an affirmation, a positivity, something that will benefit you and the planet and, like other people, right? So I look at this world in a very unselfish way. I love to share, and I have healed myself of nuclear radiation poisoning from Chernobyl. At 22, I healed myself from a uterine tumor. I've healed myself of an incurable skin disease called tinea albicans, and I did it 100% by myself through the things I'm telling you to do, which brought the things I needed to me. In other words, by having an affirmation that my body is 100% healthy now, okay, you could start feeling pain going away right away. You can start feeling a change in your mental attitude and outlook. But for me, it was like I could start seeing a change in my skin or a change in certain things. And then what I realized was, in order to make these changes, I also, when I was 22, I didn't know about diet. I just made an affirmation, trusted that I was making the right decision to not have surgery on a tumor on top of my uterus. For the first time in my life, I walked past a health food store that I noticed, a big one on Lexington Avenue in New York City, and went in there, found the first book I came across, which was a book by Paavo Airola called How to Get Well. I opened it, to a page on tumors, and I learned about the diet you need to eat to do that. And within 2 days of making that affirmation, I decided to start on this diet that I read about in How to Get Well. And that was by Paavo Airola. I don't think that is still available, but you will find recipes that will help you like that in my book, Revitalize Your Hormones. Okay, you will find recipes also I have another little cookbook, but I think I put them all into Revitalize Your Hormones. So take that thought that's the book for healthy recipes. Plus, you could eat raw food. You could eat, in the colder months, you want to eat maybe warmed foods, a little bit different. So I would say that if you make the affirmation, all those things that you need will be right in front of you. Now, after I made that affirmation, which was right after I came out of the doctor's office, I didn't know that much about affirmations, but I sure knew that I needed to affirm that my body was 100% healthy and perfect. And then in walking home, I ran across the health food store. I didn't look for a health food store. I didn't know what a health food store was. But on the corner of Lexington and First in New York City at the time, there it was, this big health food store. And I went, oh, isn't that a coincidence? And I walked in and found that book that really helped me change my life and made me realize that it feels really good to help myself. I'm wondering if I can do this to help other people. And so that started my quest for learning and educating myself. Okay? I didn't know what to do. I just knew that my body was 100% perfect. Everything that I needed was brought to me, was like a magnet. I attracted it from the universe. And I attracted people in my life that were healthier. And then I realized that I had a lot of negative beliefs that I had to get rid of. This was when I was 22. So I quit smoking other people's cigarettes, and I started hanging out with more positive people, and I decided to get a divorce because that wasn't working and wouldn't work, and it was really negative for me. So I made all these decisions. Well, in 6 months, I went back to the doctor to get another x-ray, and he did it. He said, I need to take 2 of them. The first one didn't turn out good. That was the first one didn't show anything. The second one it didn't show anything either. So my only comment was, you put me in harm by doing 2 x-rays because you didn't believe something could be gone. And he just looked at me. He said, I don't see anything. What have you been doing? And I told him, and he said, well, you better keep doing it because it looks like you've done a great thing. I don't see anything. Before it was palpated, you could feel it in my lower abdomen, above my bladder, in that area, you could feel the tumor, and afterwards he couldn't even palpate it. So that was my lesson. I got my lesson right there, this is how you want to live your life, because it works. All you need is one of those things to happen the first time, is the first time you make a belief system, the first time you make a new affirmation. First of all, you need to do the resist and desire process and get rid of all that resistance that can pop in and that can sabotage whatever it is you want to create. Okay? So you get rid of those sabotaging belief systems and resistances, and then you create the belief system. And you will, when you feel it, and you feel it in your body, you can get tingles in your body because you can feel it going into your cell. And that's when you know you've got it. You've got it. It's yours. Whatever it is you just said, you've got. And I've seen that every single time. And sometimes you need to really be careful what you create, because whatever you create could be not so what you were thinking. Okay? So you can't just say, okay, I want a relationship. You can't do that. You've got to say, I want a relationship, and what kind of relationship you want. What does that relationship embody, if that's what you're looking for? Because otherwise you could just get any kind of a relationship. So you need to look at all of these different things, just like having an affirmation as I want a new job. Not good enough. You need to be very specific in creating your resolutions, your affirmations, which are belief systems. And in order to have it work, you need to get rid of whatever the guilt is that you have from not achieving it last year or before. Like, why haven't you created it already? You need to get rid of the guilt and any kind of negativity that you have toward yourself. Look at the way you talk to yourself. Talking to yourself could be like this. You wake up in the morning and you go, good morning, you gorgeous individual, you amazing individual. You're going to have a great day today. Sometimes I do it that way. And when I get up, all of the things start happening. The people calling with positive news. I always see it. I always see it. And you can too. It just means you need to work a little bit on resisting emotions, okay? And as you resist those emotions, you replace it with a beautiful, spanking new positive belief system. And that happens, that creates. So I hope this has been helpful to you, but I think it's a very important part of 2019. A lot of people are making resolutions today. Hi, I love you too. A lot of people are making belief systems today about what they want for 2019. Make it specific, make it positive, and if there's anything that you believe, maybe in the back of the cobwebs of your mind, that you can't have it, get rid of it. You get rid of it by doing a resist and desire process and letting go of the resistance that you have. Okay? So that's, I think, an important thing to start our New Year's. And one of the best things you can do, something simple you can do, is to change your diet a little bit around, starting eating more vegetables, more raw foods, more, if you're living in freezing cold weather, blessings to you. It's awesome. You just need to heat up your food a little bit. So the raw food will then become a little bit heated, and if you have a Vitamix, you can leave it in there a little bit longer and just make it slightly warm. It's fine to do that. And so you can make soups that way too. So a lot of people have a problem with their diet. This is a big, big issue. It's humongous, Daryl, right?
There's many words been written and spoken about it.
Right. And you just came back from a trip, and I'm sure you ate
many things in many places. Some of them good, some of them not so good.
Good, right? So we have a new day. Today's a new day. Incorporate vegetables every day in 2 to 3 meals a day. Incorporate veggies.
Great idea.
Yeah. So you want veggies. You want green veggies, yellow veggies, white veggies. You want all different colors, because all of those colors in vegetables signify which minerals are in the vegetables. In other words, eggplants are purple because of manganese, a mineral manganese. Vegetables are green because of chlorophyll and phytonutrients that are in there. Okay. So the darker green they are, the more sun and the more life they have and the more chlorophyll they have in them. So the darkest green vegetables are the healthiest vegetables. However, you can look at squash, you can look at acorn squash, you can look at zoodles, zucchini noodles, you can look at so many different types of vegetables. And I make soup. I make a great soup that's easy because you throw everything into a Vitamix and you turn it on and it turns out great. I'm going to tell you about a soup that I love. I take a butternut squash, I steam it till it's a little bit soft. Okay, I take the out after it's steamed, the skin is loose. You take off the skin, you chop it in half it, so and you scoop out all the little seeds in there. Okay, that takes like 5 minutes, except the steaming can take longer. And then I chop it up in little, medium, large pieces, stick it in the blender. I put in organic, raw hazelnuts, and I put in about a cup of hazelnuts to a butternut squash, and I put in almond milk, a little bit of almond milk, maybe a cup of almond milk, and it turns out to a creamy, sweet, nutty, delicious soup. You could put some cayenne pepper in there, a little bit of cinnamon in there, and it's like you're going to a 4-star restaurant. It's so good. And it's inexpensive. So learning to do simple things, and you could keep that soup for a few days and enjoy it for a few days in your refrigerator, right? So, and other things, when you have the leftover soup, you can then add curry to it and make it curried soup. You can heat it up and put a little bit of organic chicken in it if you wanted to do that, and make a little organic chicken curry butternut squash nut soup. All from this one thing you did, which was make this soup. All from one thing. So that is really a good use of your time, isn't it? The other thing that you could do besides soups, you could, in a Vitamix, you can make any of them, like a pesto soup. You could make any different thing you want to make in there. But I like using nuts, and I like also using, vegetables in there with the nuts. I like using so many different things. So I think changing your diet is something that no matter where you are in the dietary scale, including if you're vegan. Okay, so you're vegan. That's great. I am mostly vegan, not all of the time. Sometimes I choose, not because I'm over somebody's house and I'm going to cheat, because it's a conscious choice for me to eat more, maybe protein for a few days. So I might have some organic chicken. I will definitely have some hemp protein shakes, but if I'm feeling, and if I test my body, and as I test my body, if I feel that I need even more protein and chicken tastes good, then I'll get organic chicken, I'll cook it, and I'll eat it. And sometimes I'll put it in that soup I described. So even veganism, sometimes, if you've been doing veganism for a long time, which I think is a healthy way to eat, you might want to change it up and have a way to test yourself so you know if something is good for you. Oftentimes, I know when I used to be a macrobiotic for a person for years, for years in Austin, Texas, where you just came from, I was into macro for years. I never felt so good in my life. But I noticed that I started becoming negative. And I started becoming negative about other people who ate meat. And I was dating someone who said to me, I don't want to eat that way. I want to eat meat. And I found myself wanting to break up with this wonderful man just because of his diet. And fortunately, I got a hold of myself and I said, I am going to cook this man a steak, because I felt like I was becoming negative towards other people and judging them for what they were eating, right? So I made a mistake, and he loved the steak. And that made him understand that I wasn't judging him anymore. I stopped judging him because, it's like people go through different things. They want to be vegan for a long time and then change and then do paleo. Can you imagine going from vegan to paleo, which is all meat? Or you're doing paleo now, okay? Be open to changing to doing vegan for a couple of weeks or a month and see how that feels. Be open to changing what you're doing, because that's how you grow and learn. Okay. So I personally think, as a health provider, that eating paleo, eating too much meat, has been proven clinically, research-wise, to be unhealthy. Definitely if it's not organic, but even if it's organic, because your kidneys have to process all that protein and they better be really clean. Otherwise, you can end up having some symptoms. And even organic meat can have things in them that are not good. And so you have to look at how long you're going to do something and try it for, and then try something else. Be inventive, experience. It's your body. We're almost out of time, and Daryl is they're signaling away to me, but I want to share with you a couple of things you can do to get rid of belief systems. One is to do the resist and desire process, which I'm giving you free in my book, Revitalize Your Hormones. The next one is to get a program that I created. It's called the Meta Wellness Program. The Meta Wellness Program is for anyone starting at 12 years old and up. And it is a program that has a workbook, it has music therapy, it has instructions, and it has 12 homeopathic remedies which balance all your meridians. The workbook, I've invented the remedies. I've written every part of this, including the music therapy CD. My hand is all over this, okay? So the workbook teaches you to find the belief systems and the identities that's causing you to have resistance, and it's teaching you how to release it, and then using the neuroemotional remedy according to the meridian that you're working on. And the book teaches you simply how to do that. It's easy. If someone 12 years old can do it, which has happened, effectively to change something very radical in that 12 years old life that nothing else could change because they wouldn't let it, but they would work on themselves with that book, with that program, with their mother. So we know that it works. All you have to do is reach out, go to drdaleswellnessstore.com and look for the Meta Wellness Program. You'll be happy you did. You can use it for the rest of your life. It's a toolkit you use for the rest of your life to create new belief systems, if you want to say new resolutions, and to be able to create your life the way you want it to be. We have a few minutes left. I want to take this opportunity to ask you to go to the California College of Natural Medicine, which is www.traditionalnaturopathy.com or www.cconm.com. Okay. Go there, check out our trainings, because I have a feeling that many of you that are looking today and watching today and listening today, that many of you either are helpers of you're helping other people and want to take that to the next level, or you've just thought about it and you want to take it to the next level. I invite you to go to the California College of Natural Medicine. We are state licensed. I founded this college in 1995 for you. It's nonprofit. It's got everything you need to help people in their life take new directions, new steps, and to teach them how to be in charge of their life, control their experiences that they have. I can control my experiences to some degree that I have, pretty much a lot. And I do this by my affirmations, by my belief systems, and I trust myself to do that. If you don't trust yourself, that'd be the first thing you need to work on with resistances. So you do the resistant desire process, you get and revitalize your hormones, and you can also do a biological age there test, biological age test there. And as we learn about ourselves in the new year, everything will change that you want to change. You don't have to change the things that are good and working. But if there are things that are not working, could work better, here's an opportunity for you to change. Change is a good thing. A lot of people say, oh, no, not that change word. No, I don't want to change. But when you come and see me as a patient, the thing that's going to help you to heal your body is change. Okay? Changing what you're doing, changing how you're working. All of these particular things are very important, Daryl. So is there anything you would like to tell people for the new year?
Well, first of all, I would doubt that anybody would come to you unless they wanted something changed.
Right.
Right? I don't think they would come just to say hi. It would be a pleasure to do that, but usually coming to you would be the first step in getting something changed, no matter what.
Right.
Mental, physical, emotional, whatever the case may be.
Or all of the above.
Exactly.
And I'm happy to do that. I take great joy in helping people do that.
And I can attest to that.
And it's fun. It's really fun for me. There's no stress in that. So the good thing is when you're doing what you love to do, it's like a passion. A huge passion that I've had since I was 8 years old. But when you're doing something that you love to do, it's not like working, it's not a stressor, it's a joy. And because I feel like that is why I have great success, is because I know I'm going to have great success, because I'm going to help you. And that is just the way it is. We have only a couple of minutes left. I want to remind you to go to wellnesscenter.net. Look at my events for 2019. Okay, come to one of the events or more than one. So you can sign up right away and be on a path where we start. The first one is in May, where we start giving you more and more tools to help you. So I want to thank you so very much for being with me today. And I want to wish you and Daryl the best new year ever. This is going to be the year. All you have to do is create it. It's up to you. And I'm going to be here helping you as much as I possibly can. And Daryl and I are a team, so we're going to be doing everything we can to bring you guests. I'm going to be interviewing people. So we're going to have more guests. We're going to have new information about endocannabinoids, cannabis, CBD. We're going to have new information about the terpenes that are in CBD that do amazing things in your body. We're going to bring you everything, no holds barred. And I wish you a happy new year and see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.